And so the moral man in you decides it's time to take action. It's certainly more advantageous to have a rifle in that situation, especially if the bad guy has a rifle. So remember, we train for what things are probable and not possible, but the possible are still on our radar. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is Anthony, and here we talk about all things preparedness, training, and education. In the last video, I told you why I carry an ugly Glock. I carry it with me everywhere, and why I drive an old Toyota. But today we're talking rifles. In that old Toyota, if you'd have told me 5 years ago that I needed to carry a rifle, I would have had to think twice about it. But now since 2020, I'm definitely more convinced I need a rifle, and I'm heading towards a solution for that. And if you'll stick with me till the end of the video, I'll share that solution with you, the one that I've settled on, and I'm going to share some of the solutions that I've gone through in my mind. So stick with me, but more importantly, let me know, do you think you should carry a rifle in your vehicle? And if you do carry a rifle in your vehicle, what solution do you use? Why do I carry a rifle? Well, it's hard to throw a rock at 2,800 feet per second. And so a rifle is simply an optimal tool to use in a gunfight. I carry my Glock everywhere I go in the vehicle, but there are times that I can think of, specifically 4 occasions or 4 scenarios, that I would rather have a rifle than my pistol. And your pistol is only basically the tool you need to. If it doesn't do the job, it's the tool you want to use to get to your rifle. Hey, and by the way, I got some new targets if you'll come and check out these. And my one of my daughters, she customized them for me. These are from SHTF, and so if you need steel targets, I would highly encourage you to go over to SHTF and grab some of these. She customized them with the paint, and you should listen to her customization. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell. We'll be hitting the bell in the next video, so stay tuned for that video, because that's going to be all about concealed carry in the vehicle and how you need to carry your EDC in that vehicle. Let's head to the back of the truck and we'll get started on this video. So as I told you, I thought about several solutions, and I want to run through those solutions with you before I run through the scenarios of why you would actually need to carry a rifle in the truck. And so the solutions I ran through, and by the way, if you're not convinced that you need a rifle, neither is Joe and neither is Kamala. Joe said it's okay for you to have a shotgun, if you remember that.
You don't need an AR-15. It's harder to aim, it's harder to use, and in fact, you don't need 30 rounds to protect yourself. Buy a shotgun.
But now Kamala wants to take everything that you have, and so hopefully we'll be able to carry one of these at least, if you know what I'm saying.
And together, when we win in November, we are finally going to pass universal background checks, red flag laws, and an assault weapons ban.
But this is not the rifle I had in mind when I think about carrying a rifle in the truck. So let me put those toys up. I'm gonna put the rock up. And if you look at the back of this right here, in most SUVs, if you decide on a carry solution like a bag, it has to be a collapsible gun. And I did not want to go the route of a bag and a collapsible gun, because then I have to be in the presence of that at all times. Meaning, if I go somewhere, I got to throw that big bag on my back if I want to carry that gun, because I'm not going to leave that bag in the car with a gun in it. Just doesn't make any sense. The other options I thought about that were portable was a case like this. If you haven't seen the civilian rifle kit video that I did, I'm going to link it right up here in this card or down in the description below. But basically, I thought about a temporary / permanent mounting solution where I could actually mount this case down into the bed of the truck via some of the fasteners that were already down in there. But the problem with that is it becomes too high profile. People see a sporting case when they look through your windows, and they're going to smash your windows and try and get into that sporting case because they know something valuable is in there. The other thing is it takes up valuable cargo space. And so when I take you in the shop, what I'm going to show you is a solution that I settled on was not a bag and it was not a box, but it was a DIY custom insert to this tailgate. And it's by a company called Hurricane Fabrications, and they're Australian, mate.
You look after your mates, and your mates will always look after you.
And you know, Australians make great stuff. This is a 100 Series Land Cruiser, and I love this vehicle, and I'm building it out. And one of the first things I wanted to do to it is actually get a solution to store a rifle securely and covertly, but with quick and easy access to it in the event that I would need it. Let's face it, it is hard to throw a rock at 2,800 feet per second, and you'd rather have a rifle in certain situations than your handgun. By the way, if you want to support this channel, go down in the description below or the card right up here and grab you one of these t-shirts. It'll really help the channel and you get a cool t-shirt out of it. So let's go back in the shop and I want to run through those 4 scenarios where I think it's advantageous to store a rifle in your vehicle, and then I'm going to show you that solution at the end, so get ready to see that. All right, we're back inside because it's hot outside, and let's go into the 4 scenarios that it'd be more advantageous to have a rifle as opposed to just your concealed carry. As I said outside, your concealed carry in most self-defense situations that are just an attacker on you, that's going to do the job. But there are 4 scenarios that I want to go through where you might need a little bit greater firepower. You might need a rifle in that instance. Situation number 1 would be an active shooter environment that you find yourself placed into as maybe a first responder. In other words, you're at the mall, you're at Walmart, or you're at a university, or you're at some other place where you find yourself interposed into an active shooter situation, and you decide that you're going to be a responder to that event because first responders are maybe not there on time, or they're not able to get there on time, and you are able to do that. And so the moral man in you decides it's time to take action. It's certainly more advantageous to have a rifle in that situation, especially if the bad guy has a rifle, as opposed to your concealed carry. So an active shooter situation where you're engaged in self-defense or you're providing security for others who are in need of self-defense, that's the first situation I can think of where you'd rather have a rifle in your car than just go in with your concealed carry handgun. Scenario number 2, general security or survival needs. What am I talking about? Well, you're out somewhere and you get stranded. You're out on a trip, you're out on a vacation, maybe you're just out on a local trip. You went fishing with your family and you get stranded, and you're stranded out somewhere on the side of the road, or maybe you're stranded out in a remote location because you're out fishing in that location, and you would feel better having a rifle for animal threats and or people threats. And so it'd be more advantageous at that point to have a rifle than it would be just to have your concealed carry handgun. Or the other half of that scenario is you're out somewhere and you come home and you have an active intruder. You have a home invasion going on, and you pull up to your door being broken into, and you don't know what the threat is inside. I would rather have a rifle if I have to go to work in that building, or if I have to engage a threat that's coming out of that building when I pull up. So those are the 2 halves of that second scenario that I would consider it better to have my rifle than just my concealed carry handgun. But on to number 3. Number 3 is support of movement in a hostile situation such as a mob or a riot type situation. Again, 5 years ago, if you'd have told me, hey, you need a rifle in your vehicle, I really wouldn't have thought twice about it. But since 2020, I'm thinking a whole lot more about it. And so what am I talking about? You live in an urban area, and your urban area becomes consumed with a riot type situation or a mob type situation, and you need to get out of there. You're going to need that rifle to secure safe transport through that area to a safe location. Or another scenario is you don't live in the urban area, but you do have to drive through an urban area, maybe on a daily basis to commute to work, or maybe on a semi-monthly basis to go other places. Like we travel through a major metropolitan area to go shopping once a month, once every couple months. And so it'd be advantageous to have a rifle that in the event that you find yourself caught in a peaceful protest in one of our major cities. So that's number 3, the third reason why I think it's advantageous right now in 2024 to be able to carry a rifle in your vehicle. And the 4th reason that I think you ought to have a rifle in your vehicle is for those extremely unlikely events. Remember, we train for what things are probable and not possible, but the possible are still on our radar. You know, wherever Murphy hangs out, Murphy's Law exists, and if it can happen, it will happen. And you may be one of the guys like me to say, if it can happen, it will happen to me. And so while these events in the 4th scenario are not probable, they are possible. Although as we move further and further into 2024, since 2020, these are becoming more probable than not probable on my radar. Anyway, we're talking about things that are would cause massive casualties like the preppers prep for. Things like EMPs or solar flares or foreign invasions or a total zombie apocalypse. Those are the things I'm talking about. And again, those are not the probable scenarios, although they are getting more probable as time goes on, it seems. But those are the possible scenarios. And so I do see the first three as being a probable scenario, and it would be more likely that I would need a rifle in those events than obviously the fourth one. But those are the 4 reasons that I think it is advantageous to carry a rifle, a dedicated rifle, inside my vehicle in a safe and secure manner, but a quickly accessible manner. And that's what I want to show you right now. I'm going to turn you around and put you on the bench and show you the Hurricane Fabrications tailgate modification. It's available for all sorts of vehicles on there. You just need to go to their website. I'm going to link their website up here, and I'm going to link it down in the description below, and you can check that out and see if there's a fit for your vehicle. It is a DIY solution, and I like that. So it's an affordable solution. So let's go check it out. All right, so this is the Hurricane Fabrications box. I don't normally do any unboxings, but on this one, man, this company is so professional and they have everything lined out like perfectly. And if I'm gonna cut into my vehicle in a DIY situation, especially a situation where I wanna store a rifle in my car and I wanna store it securely and I wanna store it with quick access, I appreciate professionalism to do that. So I wanted you to see how professional this was. Obviously, I cut open the box. But the kit I got comes with the marine carpet installation to it. I haven't decided whether I'm going to put that on there or not. If you think marine carpet, put that down in the description below. If you don't think marine carpet, I'm going to show you the top. But let me lay this part to the side. And I cut open this bubble wrap to get ready for the video, but it was all bubble wrapped together. But look at the fabrication on this. It's a direct fit to my tailgate on my Land Cruiser, and then this piano hinged hatch opens up like that, and so it accesses the entire interior of that tailgate system. And so they give you a template and everything to go with it. Let me lay this up here on the bubble wrap, and everything is nice and neatly packaged in here. Instruction templates and screw pack for the 100 series Land Cruiser. And then they even have a checklist. Look, quality control, they went through everything and made sure. I mean, this is Australian quality control, mate. They went through everything to make sure that it's packaged precisely.
You look after your mates and your mates will always look after you.
And here, probably one of my favorite parts, is I wanted something secure, but I also wanted something that's not a padlock or something goofy like that. And these fit right down into here, and they're adjustable for that hatch, and they're keyed. And so you have 2 of these to install into the hatch, and that makes for a really clean install, but it makes for a very secure install as well, and then a quick access install because it's going to be right on your keychain to your vehicle. So that's a solution that I can deal with and feel comfortable leaving the rifle in the vehicle where I don't have to carry it in with me wherever I go. And then the other cool thing is soundproofing. You know, you store things in the vehicle and you store it inside of a tin can. Basically, you don't want it bouncing around and you don't want a bunch of noise while you're traveling or off-roading or wherever you're going. And so it comes with this neoprene foam with a peel stick back, and you can line the entire interior of that. I may not show you the whole install with that, but I will show you the finished product and how I actually end up storing my rifle and the other things that I need to store inside that. But I wanted you to see the unboxing on this. Again, I'm going to put a link to Hurricane Fabrications up in the card right here and down in the description below. As always, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I want to thank you for making the choice to defend yourself and those you love, and God bless you and yours.
You look after your mates and your mates will always look after you.